Tonight, London's mayor fires back at Donald Trump. After the president calls him a terrible mayor leading London into Sharia law, Sadiq Khan asks why the US leader, who lives 4,000 miles away, appears to be obsessed with him.
Well, listen, I think I've got squatters right. The amount of time I spent inside Donald Trump's head. I'm just hoping he doesn't send me an invoice for all the time I spent there.
Well, the mayor also labelled the world's most powerful leader a racist and Islamophobe. Also ahead. We go on the buses as TfL launches the route it hopes will eventually build the case for an extension of the Bakerloo tube line. The community cafe in West Dulwich, so popular with burglars, they just keep coming back. And
you know, this is going to ruin our friendship. Everyone we know who's taken the test, as soon as they meet their soulmate, they vanish.
The stars of new movie All of You are here to tell us all about making a romantic drama all set in the capital. Good evening. London's mayor has accused Donald Trump of being racist after the US president's inflammatory claim the capital is now wanting to go under Sharia law under its terrible mayor. Responding today, Sir Sadiq Khan asked why a Muslim mayor had so enraged a world leader based in the White House nearly 4,000 miles away and questioned whether he'd be getting a bill for living rent-free in the president's head. Well, this is the latest row in a long-running feud. Our political correspondent Simon Harris now on Trump versus Khan, the rematch.
Europe is in serious trouble. Illegal aliens are pouring into Europe.
Beneath the bouffant hair, does Donald Trump have a squatter inside his head? That was the intriguing suggestion from London's mayor today after the president's latest pop at him during a speech to the United Nations.
I look at London, where you have a terrible mayor, terrible mayor, and it's been so changed. Now they want to go to Sharia law.
On a bus in South London, I asked the mayor what he made of it.
I think people will be wondering what it is about this Muslim mayor who leads a liberal, multicultural, successful city that means I seem to be living rent-free inside Donald Trump's head.
What do you think it is?
Well, it's for others to decide. I'm quite clear. I'm really proud of the progress we're making in this great city. We are the greatest city in the world. One of the reasons I suspect why record numbers of Americans are coming to live in London.
What did you understand by his reference to Sharia law?
It's not for him to explain. I don't understand what he means.
Sharia courts have existed in London for many years. They have no legal powers, but can settle family and domestic disputes.
We know that some of those Sharia courts have been involved in covering up domestic abuse and have been involved in misogynistic acts against women. And the very fact that we're having this conversation now is only because President Trump made a comment which stretched the bounds of truth.
I'm not a fan of your mayor.
The president reignited his long-running war of words with the mayor in July during a visit to Scotland.
A nasty person. I think he's a friend of mine.
During last week's state visit in Windsor, Khan accused Trump of fanning the flames of far-right division. In New York today, a London Labour MP echoed the mayor's criticism of the US president.
And I find it pretty rich that these comments have come from a guy whose only view of London is actually what he sees outside of his helicopter window when he's being flown from his private jet to a five-star hotel. I think he should wind his neck in and stay out of London business.
Well, listen, I think I've got squatters right. The amount of time I spent inside Donald Trump's head. I'm just hoping he doesn't send me an invoice for all the time I spent there.
This is unlikely to be the end of the feud between the two men.
So I'm not sure he's getting an invoice, but the Labour Party have been boasting about the success of the president's state visit. Does this latest spat jeopardise the relationship?
Well, a week ago, the government was patting itself on the back that the state visit ended without any major public eruption in the Trump-Khan feud. It's obviously awkward for a Labour government that the President of the United States, a close ally, has such obvious public disdain for London's Labour mayor. And that was illustrated today when the Cabinet Minister Bridget Phillipson, the Education Secretary, was asked whether she agreed with the mayor that the President was racist, sexist and Islamophobic. And she replied by saying, while the mayor was brilliant, she wasn't going to get into name-calling.
All right, Simon, this could rumble on. Thank you. Well, you may have noticed that Simon was interviewing the mayor on a bus, and that's because he's hoping to reshape the future of travel in South London. And so today saw the Bakerloop Express make its first stop, where Sir Sadiq got on board. It runs along the proposed route of the Bakerloo line extension, and if it's successful, TfL hopes it will build the case for the currently unfunded underground project. Sangeeta Candola reports.
No one gets more excited about a new bus than Bemi. The TikToker from East London goes by the name Bus Auntie. There she is, getting her best shot.
Lovely.
She was so determined to be at the launch of the new Bakerloop and even got the mayor on board, literally.
Please tell me about Bakerloop.
Well, firstly, I'm so excited to be with Bus Auntie yet again.
Don't know why, but I just love buses, especially London buses. I love it. Why, I don't know. London buses get me excited.
The Bakerloop is a limited stop express bus service from Waterloo to Lewisham and runs along the route of the long talked about Bakerloo line extension. The cost of extending the tube from Elephant and Castle is estimated to be almost £9 billion at 2021 prices. And so far the government has declined to stump up the cash. But the Mayor and Transport for London hope the bus will convince ministers there is a demand for an underground as well.
Well, the Bakerloop is helping us to demonstrate that there's a need for faster, more express services into southeast London.
The Bakerloo line extension would serve a part of London which has never appeared on a tube map.
There is a barren landscape when it comes to southeast London, and that's what we need, to have the access to jobs, quicker journeys.
The new bus service will launch on Saturday and we're being encouraged to hop on. The first week will be free. Sangeeta Candola, ITV News.
A man in his 40s has been arrested over an alleged cyber attack that caused disruption at Heathrow and other European airports last weekend. The National Crime Agency said the suspect was arrested in West Sussex on suspicion of Computer Misuse Act offences and released on conditional bail while investigations continue. And there was disruption of a different kind overnight at London's Stansted Airport after a fire broke out in one of its lounges. It started around 3:30 in the morning and was quickly under control with no injuries reported. However, smoke meant the area had to be evacuated, leading to some delays. A community cafe owner in West Dulwich says thieves who are repeatedly targeting her small business are doing more than just physical damage. It's also having a mental and financial toll. Stephanie's SE21 is a popular spot for local mums and groups, but it's also proving popular with burglars who've hit the premises twice in the last 10 days. Well, owner Stephanie Morgan spoke to our reporter Antoine Allen about how vandals could drive her out of business.
There they kicked the doors down in the shed, stole all of the food out of the freezers.
Ripped open doors and trashed decorations.
This has been broken.
The aftermath of 2 robberies within a week at Stephanie's community cafe.
The alcohol was just along this shelf here.
Thieves broke in at night and stole alcohol and other goods on the 16th and 18th of September. The popular West Dulwich cafe has repeatedly been targeted by criminals, causing damage and anxiety.
Mentally and emotionally exhausting as well. Just waking up in the night to check my phone to see if there's alerts from the security company.
This small business is struggling to survive. Early in the year, a man broke in and stole more items. After years of constantly being a victim of robberies, Stephanie's might close down forever without help.
It just leaves me alone. I just want to run my business, and it's difficult as it is anyway, especially with an outdoor cafe.
The cafe near West Dulwich Station was transformed by Stephanie. 4 years ago it was just a car park. Now it's a community hub loved by all. Stephanie wishes to focus on refurbishment and growing her business instead of repairing damage from break-ins.
To put all the food in here and the juices and finish decorating it, which I was doing this week. And instead, I'm not. I'm doing doors and sourcing materials and thinking about, if it's legal to have razor wire in here or not.
The police say they are investigating both robberies, but but Stephanie says she'd be surprised if the cafe isn't robbed again.
It will happen again, and I won't give up. I'll keep pushing through. But at some point, it'll be enough. The pub across the road was broken into as well. The Bel Air house has just been broken into again. Everyone's just getting broken into.
Stephanie's hoped the people that have followed the cafe's journey from car park to community hub will support it as it tries to rebuild and cover the cost of even more security measures. Antoine Allen, ITV News.
Still to come on the programme. We meet the London stars of All of You, the romantic drama filmed around the capital that's hitting our screens this week. And
I'm back in one of my old haunts. It's been a while. The Grand, Clapham Grand, of course, for the opening night of a well-loved festival. I'll see you soon.
But first, over a decade ago, an award-winning prostate cancer awareness campaign was filmed at Millwall's ground, with the club gifting the charity their shirt sponsorship for that season. The video featured Lions fan Brian Kilgannon, who fought the disease for 3 years before passing away in 2015. Today, his son Will was back at the Lions Den on the same pitch, recreating the video for a new message to honour his father. Rags Martel reports.
In the steps of his father, warning of the dangers of prostate cancer.
So this is where your dad spoke?
This is the exact spot. When my dad was initially diagnosed, I was 9 years old. Prostate cancer wasn't something that I was aware of, but his efforts to raise awareness and to kind of help stop other families going through what we were going through was just really inspiring and really incredible and a selfless act to do.
Don't Fear Your Foe was a letter to fans by Brian Kilgannon, an award-winning campaign raising awareness of prostate cancer.
I thought it could be controlled and treated, but I left it too long.
Millwall embraced the campaign, adopting Prostate Cancer UK as their shirt sponsor.
At that time, obviously, it was a bit of a landmark decision from the football club to put prostate cancer on the front of their shirt. Raise awareness not only in this stadium, but stadiums around the country was incredible, really.
It's a subject not many people speak about.
More than a decade on, prostate cancer is still close to the club. The father of goalkeeper Lucas Jensen was treated early and successfully, but only after being forced to get checked by his wife.
So without my mum, I don't think my dad would have been diagnosed with it early on, and who knows what would have happened if he wasn't diagnosed early on with it.
And the numbers are extremely stark. There are 63,000 men living with prostate cancer in London alone. That's enough to fill this stadium 3 times over.
Football fans.
This October, there's a new campaign called Prostate United, where fans keep active to see who can raise the most money.
And we can't wait to see fans across London and the country raising much needed funds and awareness for the brilliant cause of Prostate Cancer UK.
More than a decade on, from father to son, the fight to relegate prostate cancer continues. Rags Martel, ITV News, Millwall.
Now, a romantic drama set and filmed around London, starring 2 born and bred Londoners with Hollywood credentials. It sounds like the perfect film for an autumn night in. All of You premieres in select cinemas and on Apple TV this Friday. Before we speak to its stars, Brett Goldstein and Imogen Poots, let's have a little look.
You know, this is going to ruin our friendship. Everyone we know is taking the test. As soon as they meet their soulmate, they vanish.
I love Lucas. We're really very happy.
Sorry I haven't seen you in a while.
It's okay. We both have lives. The day that I took the test, did you think it might be you?
Nah.
Oh, Brett Goldstein and Imogen Poots join me now. It was lovely to meet you guys.
Lovely to meet you. Thanks.
It was a bit weird because I only watched the movie. I was very luckily given a little link to watch it before everyone else. I only watched it yesterday, and I'm still I'm a little bit of an emotional wreck after it.
Sorry.
I have to say, yes, you should apologise. No, but it was. I hate to use an emotional roller coaster, but it really was. I mean, I know you co-wrote Brett as well, so
Yes.
you know, just for people watching at home, give them a little idea about the story.
Well, it's me and Will Bridges, who I wrote it with and who directs it. It's about 2 best friends, us 2, and it's set in a world where there's a test you can take that will find you your soulmate.
Yeah.
And at the very beginning of the film, he takes her to the clinic, lends her money for her to take the test, and we find out that they are not soulmates,
Yeah.
even though they are drawn to each other. And then the film is set over a number of years of their lives, and despite her being with her soulmate, we're still drawn to each other.
Yeah, and you can say all that without giving too much away. That's the important thing, right? So it's interesting, though, that you have such a good dynamic together, I found, on screen. Did you know each other beforehand, Imogen? Did you work together before?
No, we didn't. We'd never met before. We met on a Zoom, actually.
Oh, really?
For the first time.
Yeah, how was that then?
It was actually a very successful Zoom. We got on immediately, which doesn't always happen because it's such an artificial way of trying to get to know someone. But we had a lovely time, didn't
We did. I knew I wanted her 5 minutes in. 5 minutes into Zoom, we were laughing so much. I felt like I'd known her forever. I was like,
laughing,
she's the one.
He's very funny, isn't
very
he?
funny, very funny person.
She's very funny.
Very funny person.
Well, it's interesting as well. I read as well that you said that, because Imogen, you've done a lot of dark movies. You've done 28 Weeks Later, haven't you?
Very dark.
What was the one you did with Jesse? I can't remember his surname now.
Vivarium.
Vivarium.
Jesse Eisenberg.
Yeah, so dark movies. Did you think that she'd go for this one?
I thought she was going to be dreary, having seen her films. I was so delighted how fun she was.
Oh, well, that's good. There you go. That's talking you up. I'm pleased. You had a great character as well, Imogen, Laura. I mean, it's just good to have such a meaty role like that, isn't it, for actors now?
Yes, and she's in such a predicament. I think that's so interesting. And you do normally see those kinds of roles played by men in films, but it was really, really an incredible character, very complicated. I was full of conflict playing her, but also had compassion for everybody in the story, which is a sign of great writing too. There is no real villain there, you know. But it was very, it was a very cool original idea.
It really was. But I think watching it as well, we could all like pick little parts of it where we think, oh yeah, I've been there. I've been there, right? You can really relate to certain parts of it. I was going to say as well, it feels like a very British romance.
Yes.
So, because I know both of you split your time between here and you're here more, but you're in the US half the time, money. But it's so British, isn't it?
It
so
is.
American would be very different.
Well, if it was an American film, it would be 3 minutes long, because at the beginning he'd say exactly what he felt, and it would be the end.
Yeah.
But it's kind of brief encounter in a way. Like they can't say. I think it's a very British thing to not be able to ever say your feelings.
And it's British too, in the sense that we're filming like on the London Underground and like in Holborn and all these. It was a very like guerrilla warfare kind of filming, wasn't it?
Well, yeah, I recognise that is the Elizabeth line.
Correct.
Because I'm literally it's quite close to where we work.
Yeah.
We're giving too much away, are we? Because you say you got off at Farringdon, and I was like, oh yeah, I know that road. I recognise that road. And watching it, I'm thinking, you know, London is like another character in this film.
Well, yeah,
isn't it?
and that's something Will Bridges, the director, was very keen on. Is like we wanted it to be like London, that we know London.
Yeah.
It isn't. You don't see Big Ben. It isn't like, you know, when you see Hollywood films about London, it's like Big Ben, London Bridge, and it was like, no, but there's other things.
All the big landmarks, all the big landmarks. Both of you have had such enormous careers doing other things, but you're both Londoners, as I say. Do you get to walk around? Can you be incognito anymore?
I can. I don't know about you.
Sometimes. I have to cover the eyebrows.
Yeah, but you are. I mean, you do so much writing. I think a lot of people don't know how much writing that you've done in the past as well, and currently still do.
Yeah.
But it was your writing that actually got you on to Ted Lasso, which is a lot of people will be looking at you now and going, where do I know him from? Oh, that's where I know him from.
Yeah.
But you were writing on the show before you got onto the show.
Yes, correct. Yeah.
I didn't know that.
Oh yeah, I started as a writer on it. Yeah.
Yeah.
How did it happen?
Yeah.
And then I thought I could, as we were writing it, I was like, oh, I think I'm Roy Kent, but I didn't want to ruin it. So at the end of the writing, I did a self-tape, and I sent an email saying, have a look at this. If this is embarrassing, let's never speak of it again.
And you're an Emmy Award winning actor as well as a result. That was a pretty special moment.
That was very special, yeah.
Getting awards, we all love that. I mean,
that was really special. It was crazy. I'd love to say it doesn't matter, but it was really fun.
Oh, it does matter. It does matter. Listen, guys, I just want to say it's been absolutely lovely to meet you both and talk to you about the movie.
Thanks
it's
for
a fantastic watch. Everyone at home, when it's out on Friday, have a look if you can. It's on Apple this Friday, and it's going to be out in select cinemas. Brett Goldstein, Imogen Poots, thank you so much for coming.
Thank you for having us.
Thank you.
Well, a pleasure. Thank you.
All right, now a free festival of work by disabled artists has opened in Wandsworth as part of London Borough of Culture 2025, some of which is happening at the Clapham Ground. Sally is there now. Sally, you're having a few flashbacks, are you?
You know me so well. Slightly hazy ones, if I'm honest. I've definitely had a few beers here. I've been to a book signing here as well, which makes me sound much more intelligent than I am. But I'm here tonight for the opening night of the Liberty Festival, which is the Mayor's flagship disability festival. It's free and it celebrates disability arts. We've got Christy here on the guitar. Let's have a bit.
Hello, Mum.
Oh, that is so beautiful, isn't it? And earlier I got a photo of Majid Bardot. They're hosting it tonight, and they told me that on this stage tonight, you can see the photo hopefully, you're going to have everything from singing to roller skating, comedy, and even pigeon loving. Sounds right up my street. Love a pigeon. Right, let's come off the stage now. Now, the reason why it's opening here tonight and it's in Wandsworth, even though the festival has been going on for years, is because Wandsworth is the borough of culture this year in London. And we're going to speak to Jamie, who's the artistic director behind the production company who are creating it. Jamie, you look very chilled for someone who's possibly a bit stressed.
I've got an incredible team. I've got every reason to be chill.
Good man. And tell me, why is this festival so important to you?
Liberty sits in a tradition of decades of disability arts, and being able to be a part of that, being able to put our own stamp on a year of it as part of Borough of Culture, means the world to me.
Well, you've done brilliantly because a lot of the tickets have sold out, but there are some left for one of your favourite events. Just briefly tell us what it is. We've got some pictures of it.
So Christina Veazey's Capturing the Forest installation is just unimaginably incredible. It evokes the experience of being in a forest without ever trying to create one.
Oh.
It's magical, and you have to see it. You just have to.
Well, thank you so much, Jamie. I'll have to get a look at that. It's open until Sunday, the festival, and they're finishing in a park, so fingers crossed for the weather. Here we go.
Come rain or shine, Octopus Energy sponsors ITV London weekday weather.
Hello again. Well, there was love at Bushy Park today. Take a look at these little swans. Loving the weather too, hopefully. It's mostly dry over the next few days. Tomorrow, some sunny spells. Into Friday, a bit more cloud. Cool nights as well, and there's a little bit of patchy fog first thing too. So onwards with the detail. Well, this evening, before the sun goes down, you will be able to see it. Some nice clear spells. They stay with us overnight, but of course, again, those temperatures take a little tumble down into single figures in most places and cooler than these numbers in the countryside. I mentioned there might be a bit of rural mist and fog in those prone areas. So as we go into tomorrow, a fresh start, but for most of us, plenty of lovely autumn sunshine around. Through the day, a bit of cloud coming and going. It might turn a bit hazier. Now, in the sunshine, we could get up to 19 or 20 degrees, making it feel almost a bit warm if you've got a coat on. But the trouble is the breeze is picking up during the day, particularly at the coast. So if you're out of that sun, that's when it then starts to feel a bit chilly. So just one to watch out for. Into the evening, should stay dry if you're heading out, but again, those temperatures will drop down as the evening goes on. So for Friday, a cloudier setup. That may well affect the temperatures, making them a bit cooler on Friday. Similarly for Saturday, and then any rain possibly due Saturday night into Sunday, but that is still really quite uncertain. We're not expecting too much, but just worth keeping an eye on the forecast for the timings. Okay, that's it from us all here at the Clapham Grand and the Liberty Festival. We'll see you later on. Cheerio.
Octopus Energy sponsors ITV London weekday weather.
And that is it from us. The evening news is next with Mary. But for now, from all of us on the London team, bye-bye. Have a great evening.